So, Secretary of State Ian Murray.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And can I start by joining the Secretary of State in congratulating our Olympians and Paralympians on their wonderful medals haul in Tokyo. And can I also congratulate the Scottish football team on what was a marvellous result last night. But he knows as well as all Scots do that it's the hope that kills you, so let's not celebrate too much. Mr. Speaker, our shared social security system is vital to underpinning our union, of course. But by the next Scottish questions, the Government will have made the largest ever overnight cut to social security for those in work by removing the £20 from universal credit. Citizens Advice Scotland say more than half of those are worried about being able to buy food. At the same time, this government has broken another promise and wants to increase national insurance, the highest tax rise in 40 years. The Joseph Rowntree Foundation say around 150,000 working families in Scotland on low incomes will pay an average of £100 extra in tax while losing £1,000. So can the Secretary of State tell the House what advice did he give to those families who are on low incomes of where they should cut £1,100 from their family budget?
Mr. Speaker, the uplift in universal credit was always intended to be temporary. It was to help claimants through the economic shock and the financial disruption of the pandemic. And we now have a plan. We've got the Kickstart programme, and we've got a multi-billion-pound plan for jobs. And I understand that it's difficult when you have to break a manifesto promise, and the Prime Minister is very clear that he did that in raising national insurance. But he also had a manifesto promise to address social care, something that since 1997, when Tony Blair said he would address it, something that hasn't been done.
Well, there's no money going into social care, Mr. Speaker, but we'll leave that to a different time. Our shadow team had the opportunity to visit Orkney last week to the European Marine Energy Centre. They have facilities such as the most powerful tidal turbine in the world that results in them having excess energy that they can't get back to the mainland. While at the same time, the Scottish and UK governments are backing the Cambo Oilfield. So can I ask the Secretary of State, for COP26 coming to Scotland, should he not be leading by example, refuse Cambo and at the same time reform the outdated transmission charge regime while providing funding for a new large-capacity interconnector between Orkney and Shetland to the mainland that will bring huge benefits and innovation to the islands, but power large parts of Scotland from renewable resources?
Well, first of all, I say on Cambo, all our North Sea oil licences are factored into the 2050 net zero plan. And I also take on the interconnector that's something where discussions are ongoing, and it's part obviously devolved because Ofgem are involved and others, etc. But leaving that to one side, I would take the overall view on oil and gas is that there will be multi-uses for oil and gas for years to come. People have to understand that. And my view is that if you're going to get your oil, you may as well get it domestically rather than import it.